Hey everybody, Max Kevin here. It's a little cutie podcast. It's not too long. Did you guys buy gold and silver? Did you buy gold and silver like I told you to? Did you clean up your room like I told you to? Did you brush your toofies like I told you to? Oh, you didn't. Oh, so now you have a dirty room. You got stinky breath. You lost all your money to inflation because you don't have any gold and silver. Oh, gold's almost $5,000 right now. It hit 4,898.89. $4,911 away. It just couldn't get to 5,000. Everyone's really scared. It was kind of a ceiling at 4,990. Everybody got really scared. Daddy, I'm so scared. Silver didn't get so scared though. Silver went above 100. It closed at $103. All-time high. It's making an all-time high every day. Of course, if this had happened in 5 years ago, 2021, I would have $14 million. Oh well. Not bitter about that at all. Not bitter. You can't be living in the past, you know? You can't be living in the past when you made a bet with your life savings that everyone would finally realize that the dollar is useless. You know, you really should have waited 5 more years. If only I had waited 5 more years, I would have $14 million. Oh, well, who needs that? I mean, what are you going to do with 14? You can buy like what? Like a 1-bedroom condo in California for $14 million. What, you could buy like a Big Mac at McDonald's for $14 million? Oh, I guess it's not that bad yet, but it's getting there. We're getting there. Anyway, I'm doing okay with my investments. Still haven't broken even. I'm close though. I'm close to breaking even in my investing career. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for gold and silver to sell off here because they're going up very fast, and they're not. Anytime there's like a little tiny dip, they just keep going up. And it's like, hey, where's the slowdown here? The last major one in silver was January 8th, like 3 weeks ago. Gold, really, the last major. Yeah, December 29th, that's kind of the last dip there. They've just been going up crazy. They're going up like faster than the trend line, you know? I don't know if you guys know much about charts there, but there's like trend lines, and usually if they go above the trend line, they'll come back to the trend line later, but now they're way above the trend line and they're not going back. It doesn't, so I just keep kind of getting scared there's going to be a huge pullback, because seriously, silver could fall. Let's see, silver could fall right now. Silver's at $103. But it could easily fall to like $80, and it would still be in a bull market. Like, it would still be going up very fast. That's the bottom of the trend line right now. It's like $80. In gold, the bottom of the trend line is like 4,600. So silver could lose 20% and gold could lose 10%, and they'd still be in a bull market. So that's why I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of scared to buy right now, but I don't know, maybe. I guess everybody finally they're sick of Trump's shit. They're like, God damn it, Trump. We've been putting up with this shit for too long. Now you're saying you're gonna invade Greenland? That's enough. We're had it with your shit. Your haircut sucks too. So now all these European countries are dumping their bonds. And China and Japan are the biggest holders. And I feel like they're definitely gonna start dumping. Yeah, on Friday, the yen dumped dollars big time. There's a big increase in the yen. It went from 159 to 155. It's like a 2% increase, and that's huge for a currency. Like a 2% increase in one day. That's huge, dude. That's huge, dude. That's what she said. All these countries, they don't want to hold on to their dollars when they're all going to be worthless. Of course, the Federal Reserve is, I think, the next big The next big thingy. It's going to be the Federal Reserve is meeting next week to discuss lowering if they're going to lower if they lower interest rates next week. Yeah, okay, it's over, dude. I don't think they will though, because I don't know if you heard they're investigating Jerome Powell for lying, that's basically his job title, you know. You got to investigate a guy for doing his job. That's his job title, you know. What you gonna arrest Tom Brady for throwing a touchdown? Is that what you're telling me? Oh, Tom Brady can't throw touchdowns anymore. Okay. Oh, it's illegal, huh? Oh, it's illegal to lie now. Even though that's your job. Oh, so anyway, Then, of course, Jerome Powell, he went on the YouTube there. He uploaded a video to YouTube, and he's like, he just wants me to lower interest rates, and that's why he's investigating me. And I was totally going to lower interest rates anyway because we can't sustain the debt, but now I want to make it look like it's Trump's fault and not my fault, you know. I feel this whole thing is scripted. It's like they're gonna, you know. Anybody that knows anything about anything knows that the Federal Reserve they can't raise rates because the debt's too high. So they can either keep them here, or they can lower them. They can keep them here, and the government will go bankrupt, or they can lower them and inflation goes crazy, you know. And they've been choosing inflation for the past 50 years, you know. But they're all trying to play the blame game, you know. They're like, Jerome Powell's like, it's not I didn't want to do it. Trump made me do it, even though I totally planned to do it anyway. I was going to do it anyway, but now I can blame Trump. Yeah, you know, I really thought all this was going to happen like when Biden was president, so then everyone would blame Biden. But now, like it's all happening under Trump, so now everyone's going to blame Trump. That makes me really worried for the elections this year, 2026, especially 2028, because I think it's just going to keep getting worse. And then in 2028, we're going to get a full-blown Bernie Sanders type. Is going to be like, oh, it's the rich people. It's not the central banks printing money all the time. It's the rich people. And then, anyway. I don't want to get too political here. But 2028 is going to be a scary time. If you think it's scary now, just wait till 2028. It's going to be super scary in America. Anyway, buy your gold and silver. Unless you want to be poor. Don't hold any currency. I was watching this video, this Bitcoin chick, interviewing people on the beach. And they're like, she's like, what do you have your savings in? He's like, I don't got nothing, just cash in the bank. She's like, why don't you buy Bitcoin? You know, well, she's an idiot, but also the guy she was interviewing, just some random dude, and he's like, he didn't have any stocks, he didn't have anything, he just had money in the bank, and I guess, I mean, most people don't have any savings at all, but even the ones that do, is like, how many people just have money in the bank, you know? I don't know. It's weird when you think about the average American sometimes, you know? When you watch shows like 1,000-Pound Sisters, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right, these people exist. I forgot the 1,000-Pound Sisters exist who think drinking Diet Coke will cancel out drinking a regular Coke. Oops. Oopsies. Oopsie poopsies. Not only do they exist, but lots of them exist. Oh. Yeah, you know, the whole problem with societies is the dumb people. There's dumb people exist, and the history of society is smart people fighting over control of the dumb people. You know? Like, if you think about, like, what happened with COVID, or what happened, like 1933 Germany, right? The problem is there was too many dumb people. And Hitler was able to take control of those dumb people and get them to do what he wanted them to do, you know? He had this army of dumb people. Because all the smart people left, you know? And dumb people have lots of babies, you know, because they're dumb. And they just make more dumb babies. So then the rich, you know, then the powerful people, they just, you know, they do a lot of marketing, you know? Do a lot of mind control on the dumb people to get them to do what they want. And, you know, there's all these, like, conspiracy theories about, like, oh, the rich people, they're trying to kill us all off through genetic engineering. It's like, well, no, okay, first off, the rich people, they want more dumb people because it's more for them to control, you know? And dumb people are somewhat productive, so you can just steal their productivity to make you rich, you know? You want more slaves, not less slaves. You know? But eventually there is going to be a time where, like, there's robots, you know, there's AI and robots where, like, humans aren't as like the dumb like right now. If your IQ is below 80, it's like you can't even be productive enough. Like you're a burden on society, right? But it's eventually going to become where if you're, the higher it goes, like even the more productive people are going to become more and more useless, And eventually there's going to be a reason, like, where they don't need slaves. We don't need slaves anymore because we got the robots. So they'll just stop all the dumb people from breeding. And then only the smart people, only the smart productive people will exist. And this is where the philosophical debate really comes into play. So when you think about this future society where there's no dumb people, there's only smart productive people, is that a better society? Maybe it is good that the smart productive people are killing off all the dumb, Maybe the what do you call it? Not genetic engineering, but they're putting fluoride in the water, All the plans to dumb down the popular, get rid of the dumb populace, Keep the poor people down. I mean, on a long enough timeline, eventually that's going to lead to a better society, right? I don't know. Who knows what the future will hold. Elon says the robots are going to take over. Elon says no one's going to need to work. Yeah, I was watching this Elon at the World Economic Forum, Okay, yeah, you watch the World Economic Forum, and they're like this big auditorium. It's like, who's buying tickets to that? It's that, is Taylor Swift performing? Oh, you want to sit in a room and watch the global banking mafia talk about economics, fake economics? Who the hell, who's paying tickets for this shit? Who's funding this crap? The World Economic Forum? Just go online. Just write comments on Reddit. That's the real World Economic Forum. Little college kids arguing in their comments like, no, you don't understand. That's not real socialism. What is this shit? I understand like the G7 and all those, the UN meetings and stuff, because like that's where the world leaders go and talk and conspire to keep everybody down. And they have to do that because all their messages are recorded. All the spots, so they have to meet in person sometimes and hug it out. Trump can be like, I didn't mean those things I tweeted about you. I'm sorry. Is my hair looking good today? Anyway, yeah. So I was watching Elon Musk at the World Economic Forum, and he's like, dude, robots and AI is going to create a society of abundance where no one has to work. And it's like, yeah. He's saying it's going to be like a completely new paradigm. It's like, well, no, it's not completely new. It's exactly what the world is now compared to 100 years ago. Compared to 100 years ago, we live in a world of incredible abundance. Right? But the reason why people are poor is because central banks steal from everyone by printing money. Yeah? Economic growth makes prices fall. It increases the supply of goods and it makes prices fall. Right? So as time progresses, we should all be richer. And we would be if it were not for central banks stealing from everyone by printing money. It's that simple. It's that simple. Of course, I'm sure Elon understands this. He just wants people to invest in his company. He wants people to invest in his company. He just started charging the Tesla. If you have a Tesla, if you buy a new Tesla, it doesn't come with autopilot anymore. You got to pay for it now. Guess his company's not making enough money. His car sales aren't going up anymore. He's losing sales. So he has to make it up with subscriptions. Oh, you want an autopilot now? All right, well, it's going to be $100. Anyway, I guess that's buy your gold and silver. What should we talk about? Oh, we got the NFL. Of course, the big hot news in the NFL was last week was the Buffalo Bills. Pay your bills, Buffalo Bills versus the Denver Broncos. Of course, that one catch by that one dude, everyone's like, well, did he catch? Was he down by contact? And I guess when I first watched it, I thought he caught it and then he'd be down and then, well, you can't strip him after that. But I guess the way everyone's arguing about the rule or whatever. But I guess the rule is he didn't have possession. And so if he didn't have possession, the ball never hit the ground, so then the other guy could intercept it. But so really, it was, did he have possession or not? You know. And I feel like it's kind of totally arbitrary, and it's up to these referees. Man, football, the refereeing is like, I think it's just as corrupt as the NBA, man. There's got to be some scandals coming out because like, there's so much subjectivity to it. Like basically every single play, there's holding, and every single pass, there's like pass interference almost every single time. But they just call it on a whim, you know. There's so many replays where they're showing the replay, and there's obvious holding, and the announcers just like don't say anything. Like they're looking at it and they're like, oh, I guess we shouldn't, you know. They don't want to point out what an obvious scam it is. But it's the same thing in basketball, you know. It's like nobody follows the rules. It's the same thing in the UFC too, you know. Everybody cheats. Nobody follows the rules. I guess this is with every sport. Is there? I don't know. I guess baseball is probably. I mean, of course the umpires make mistakes there, but it's not. They make mistakes, but baseball has less subjectivity. I mean, besides balls and strikes. Talking about guys being out and all that. Guys and out, you know, if you made the play or whatever. It's not very subjective. It's more objective. There's no penalties for fouls. Baseball would be a lot cooler if you could like hit the other guys, you know? Like as you're running to first base, you're just allowed to punch the first baseman in the face. I'd watch that. That's why people like hockey. You know, anyway, of course, the Bills lost that game. Which, okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess that one pass was an interception, but then a couple plays after that, Broncos get 2 pass interference calls. Which, yeah, I guess. I mean, the second one, I don't know. I can't remember which one, but one of them was like, I don't know about that. I guess so. I mean, he did kind of touch him, but they touch each other every play. They touch each other every play on their butts. So anyway, the Bills lost. And then on the last play of the game, the Broncos quarterback injures his ankle. And now he's out for the season. So even though the Broncos won, it's like, well, they don't have a quarterback anymore. So it's like, they're not, I mean, are they really going to be competitive against the Patriots? Patriots are hot. Patriots are hot right now. So that's kind of just I don't really want to see I'd rather see the Broncos, even though I'm a Chargers fan, the Broncos are my heated rivalries. I'd rather see the Broncos just because I like their colors more than the Patriots. You know, like there's too much blue right now. We got the Seahawks, Rams, Patriots, and they're all blue. They all got blue in there. You know, there's nothing I hate more than 2 uniforms that are similar colors. You know, but the Broncos got that orange there. You know, see the Broncos, Rams, that would have been the best. Because I got the orange versus yellow. They both got blue. They all got blue, but so anyway, yeah, Patriots should win that one. Unless the Broncos backup quarterback. Man, what if he's backup quarterback going to the Super Bowl? So I'm still gonna root for the Broncos, even though they'll probably lose, because they have a backup quarterback, and the Patriots are hot. Then of course we had the Rams-Bears. Rams-Bears, it was tied up. Okay, first off, I'm watching the replay for the Rams-Bears. Like the very first scoring drive, or the very first drive for the Bears, they're like 25 yards away, and they go for it like on 4th and 3 or something, and they miss it instead of kicking the field goal. And every time, like this is the beginning of the game, you know? Why would you go for it just take the points? What would John Madden say? He'd say, take the points. And if they, like that very first drive, if they just kicked the field goal right there, they would have won the game. Because, the whole game they were tied, you know? It went back and forth and they were tied the whole game. But if they had just kicked that first field goal, they would have had 3 extra points. They would have won the game. But instead they went for it. Of course, their next drive, they also went for it on like 4th and 2, and they made a touchdown. But they were much closer to the end zone. Anyway, anywho, so yeah, it's like 17-10 or 17-10 Rams, right? And it's like the last play of the game. The Bears are down a touchdown. They're at like the 40-yard line. There's like 8 seconds left, right? And everyone's like, "Oh God, this is over," you know. Play starts, everyone's running. The guys doing Hail Mary, and then like the quarterback's running back. It's in the snow. It's snowing. He's got 3 defenders. He got 3 defenders about to tackle him. He just like throws the pass like off his back foot. He's like turning. His feet are not planted the way they should be. And it's just like a perfect throw to the back corner of the end zone. The guy catches it. It's almost like a miracle catch too. The whole stadium's like, oh my God, we did it. And the Bears kind of had like comeback. Every one of their games are comeback. Like even the week before, they came back against the Packers. Yeah, the Packers were up with like what? It was like 21-0 or 21-3 or something like that. Can't remember. I think it was 24-3 or something like that. They came back. They scored like 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. So the Bears, they're the comeback kids, And here they are, the last play of the game. They throw this miracle Hail Mary touchdown. Everyone in Chicago's like, yeah, let's go, yeah. Then they lose in overtime. It's like, oh, God, what a much better story it would have been if the Bears won and went to the Super Bowl, Well, it's not the Super Bowl yet, but if they went to the championship game there. Oh, that would have been much, So I was rooting for the Bears, but yeah. Now we got the Broncos, Patriots, Seahawks. I don't care about any of these teams. I guess maybe the Rams. I guess I'm rooting for the Rams and Broncos, but it looks like it's going to be Patriots, Seahawks, I don't even really want to watch that. It's like, yeah, Patriots, Seahawks. Where's Tom Brady? Anywho. That's enough hot football talk. Okay, now it's time for hot UFC talk. UFC is back, boys. It's the first card of the new year, and it's on Paramount Plus. I don't have Paramount Plus here in Japan, so it's on streamingwebsite.com. Of course, this week we have UFC 24, and then next week no fight nights. We got UFC 25. We got 2 numbered UFCs in a row. We got one this week. We got one next week. Holy guacamole! Is that the fastest turnaround? I don't think there's ever been. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to go through the records there, but I don't think there's ever been a numbered UFC 1 week after another one. Not that it matters anymore, because there is no more pay-per-view. I guess in Canada there is. I guess in some countries you still have to pay because there's no Paramount Plus. You still got to pay in Canada, but it's like, what's the point of doing the numbers now if there's not pay-per-view, Why don't you just call it Big Championship Fight Night? Anyway. All right, let's just start at the top. We got Justin Gaethje. Justin, before I knew who you were and I looked at your name, I pronounced it Gaethje. I guess it's pronounced Gaethje. Versus Patty the Batty. Patty the Batty, I got a mop on my head, pimple butt. Of course, everyone's saying Patty Plimblet. Patty Plimblet. He doesn't deserve this fight, because I agree. It definitely should be Arman Tsarukyan, but Dana White doesn't like Arman Tsarukyan because he missed weight and he hurt his back. Daddy, I hurt my back. I missed weight, so I had to cancel my fight against Islam Makhachev that everyone was looking forward to. Yeah, that's what I really want to see. God, I really want to see Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan again, and Ilya Topuria. Those were the fights to make at 155, but then Islam Makhachev went up to 170, so I guess I don't know. I guess we'll never see those fights. Oh well. Just add it to the list of fights we'll never see. Like Tom Aspinall versus John Jones. Anyway, of course, Patty Pimplebutt's kind of terrible, I guess he is getting better. He did beat the shit out of Michael Chandler, but Michael Chandler is an old man. Yeah, Patty Pimblett really hasn't fought anybody good. Or the people, he fought Michael Chandler when he was 38. He hasn't fought, and he lost to Jared Gordon. Everybody knows. Yeah, I think Justin Gaethje's way better than him. The only thing is Justin Gaethje's an old man. He's 37. He's 37 years old, and Patty Pimplebutt has like a 3-inch reach advantage, 2.5. But the thing is, yeah, Justin Gaethje, he beat Rafael Fiziev again last year for the second time. I thought he was going to lose that one just because of his age, but he looked good. He looked good in that fight. So of course it's been a year, you know, and I don't know. I mean, 36 to 37. That's a big. A year's a lot, you know. Once you pass 35, like, oh man, you go straight downhill. I don't know if anybody under 35 is listening to this, but oh god, my life went downhill after 35. Just you know, no, just your energy levels, you know. Like I could totally feel it. Just your energy, your recovery time just goes into the dumpster after 35. I'm getting old. I feel like I'm getting old. Yeah. So anyway, Patty Pimplebutt's in his prime. You know, that's the only thing. And Justin Gaethje. When's his birthday? Let's see. Is he almost 38? Okay, November. So I guess he just turned 37. Oh, should I check? Yeah, I gotta check the odds here. I gotta check the odds. BetOnline.ag. If you want to bet online, go to Bet Online. They don't sponsor me. They should sponsor me for my 6 listeners. Enter the promo code MaxKevin, and you'll get nothing. Let's see. Let's look at the odds here. Justin Gaethje's plus 210. I'm betting on him. $10. Justin Gaethje. Yeah, I think Justin Gaethje's gonna win. Sean O'Malley. Yeah, the only thing is he's just an old man. He's just an old man. But his striking is incredibly much better than Paddy Pimblett's striking. Pimblett's, I don't know. Pimblett's jiu-jitsu is probably better, but I don't know. Is he gonna be able to take him to the ground? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Then we got Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. Very favorable matchup for Sean O'Malley because he can't wrestle, so it's very good for him to face a striker. Of course, Song Yadong is he said he's been wrestling and preparing, so I don't know if his wrestling is as good as what's his face, Merab Dvalishvili. So I think this should be an obvious win for Sean O'Malley. $10, betting on him. Sean O'Malley. Then we got Derek Lewis versus Walter Cortez Acosta. Derek Lewis, 40 years old. Yeah, Walter Cortez Acosta. He's been looking pretty good, you know. He's been looking pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, he lost to Sergey Pavlovich. I remember that fight. And I thought Pavlovich would just destroy him, but it was like it was a kind of a defensive decision fight, you know? And I remember the first time I watched him, he fought Robilis Despaigne, and Despaigne is just like a power puncher, but he's got no wrestling, and he just wrestled him the whole time. And then he had a decent fight versus Pavlovich, and then he's been winning since then. Knockout. Yeah, and his last. Yeah, Ante Delija. This guy trains with Tom Aspinall, I think. He eye poked him. Then Waldo comes back from the eye poke and just knocks him out. So yeah, I'm impressed with this guy. I think, you know, Derek Lewis is just kind of a fat old man now. He's not. Derek Lewis can still knock anybody out, but I think the speed. Waldo's got more speed there. So I think he'll piece up Derek Lewis. And Derek Lewis doesn't like getting pieced up. He doesn't like when guys. He kind of loses his mojo when guys start piecing him up. He's like, God damn it, I don't feel like fighting. Then we got Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. And Natalia Silva, she's a hot up and coming commodity in the women's flyweight division. She beat Alexa Grasso. She beat Jessica Andrade. And she's fighting Rose, who definitely lost her mojo a long time ago. Rose has looked terrible in this weight division. I don't know why she went up. You know, Rose says like she has, you know, she lost the belt to Carlos, but yeah, she got rid of her trainer or whatever like 4 or 5 years ago. I forget who it was. and then she started training with her boyfriend or something. Like her boyfriend's her trainer now, and she sucked ever since then. Yeah, she went up to let's see, her flyweight career: lost to Manon Fiorot, beat Tracy Cortez, but who hasn't? Lost to Erin Blanchfield. She beat Miranda Maverick. Basically, she lost to anybody good, and Natalia Silva's pretty good. So I think Rose Namajunas is going to lose this one. What's the odds? What are the odds? Let's see. Rose Namajunas. She's plus 250. Yeah, I agree with that. Especially because she lost her mojo. We got Arnold Allen versus Jean Silva. This would be a good fight. I think I'm probably looking. Yeah, these are all kind of actually. These are all good striking fights. Arnold Allen, Jean Silva, Sean O'Malley, Song Yudong, Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett. Yeah, these are all good. These are all good swanging and banging. Of course, Arnold Allen, he's pretty good overall. You know, he's just kind of a. He's kind of got. He just doesn't have that like extra 1% to make him a. To make him a champion, you know, he loses to the best of the best. He'll probably always be like a top 5 guy, but I don't think he'll ever be champion. He just doesn't have that special. He just doesn't have that special mojo, you know. And Jean Silva, man, his striking is insane. Like he was beating Diego Lopez until he lost. And I think, Jean Silva's got much more exciting striking and much more powerful striking, but Arnold Allen's got more just boxing fundamentals, you know. So I don't know who's going to win this one. I think what are the odds here? Arnold Allen's plus 2. I feel like this should be even. I think that's kind of disrespectful to Arnold Allen. I can't bet. I'm not going to bet on him though. Then we got on the prelims. We got Umar Nurmagomedov is on the prelims. Oh, that disrespect, dude. Dana really hates these. Dana really hates these guys. Versus Davison Figueiredo. I don't know why they made this fight. They just want to give Umar another win here. Because Davison Figueiredo is like 38 years old fighting at bantamweight. And then he didn't even make weight. He missed weight by like 3 pounds. So he's dying. Let's see. What are the odds here? Minus 1,500. I got it's free money, though, basically. You could bet, if you bet $100, you'll make $15. But it's basically free money because there's no way this guy's going to lose, you know? Should I bet $100? What? Oh, no. It's bet $100 to make $6. I'm not doing that. Anything can happen. And you never know. Anything could happen. Even though there's probably no chance. Even if Figueiredo was the same age and he made weight, I think Umar's still better than him everywhere. So he has no advantage in this fight at all, except for maybe hair. Oh, nice. Then we got Ateba Gautier. Oh, man. This guy's a hot up-and-coming commodity in middleweight. Only 23 years old. Just knocks dudes out, and his abs have abs. Dude, his abs have abs. And he's just knocking dudes out. No one wants to fight him because he just knocks dudes out. And apparently this guy, yeah, he was just like, I think he did like judo or something as a kid. Yeah, I was wondering about his wrestling, but then I read that he like did judo as a kid. So I guess maybe his wrestling might not be that bad. But man, this guy's huge, dude. This guy is an action figure. Man, props to Andre Puliev for fighting this guy. Holy guacamole, dude. Holy guacamole. That Dana White really doesn't like you, huh? If you're making you fight this guy. This guy's probably going to be champion in middleweight. Only 23. Only 23 and his skill level's way high, you know? He's still learning. Alright, I guess that's it for this card here. Any other? Alexander Hernandez is fighting Michael Johnson. I guess he should probably win that one. He's been looking alright. Let's see. Ateba Gautier. Should I do a parlay with Ateba Gautier and Umar Nurmagomedov? $10 to win. $10 to win $1.75? Nah. Let's see. Alexander Hernandez. Okay, he's minus 110. I'll bet on him. I'll bet on Alexander Hernandez. Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson's cardio is pretty good, though, isn't it? If I remember. I don't remember, but if I did. That's all right. I'm going to bet. I'm going to bet $15 on Alexander Hernandez. All right. Oh, Adam Fuget's fighting, too. Not betting on him because he sucks. All right, I guess that's it for today's podcast. Well, it was a long one, 35 minutes, huh? I bet you turned it off I bet you turned it off 20 minutes ago anyway. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.